Hey guys, this is Nick from Coding Blues. So today we have several things about navigation, how to use tab views, toggles, and segmented controls. So we can see here we have several options. We have ways to interact with our interface. Each of those tabs actually represent a different view or a different page that is in these files. So this is the home view. This is the images view, which we already know from the second tutorial. And this is the first tutorial. This is the text demo. Today we'll find out how these three views become 3 pages in an app. We have the tab view, which is a way to present these different tabs. So we have 3 tab items, and each item has a system name, which is the icon, and it has a text called home, which is here. This is home, the second one is images, and the third one is text. So these system names actually represent different icons. You can use those icons and explore what's available. I'll just try to change this one because I know there is also a camera. All these icons work with the different settings. So if we click on the dark view, now we'll see how everything looks in the dark view. By default, these icons change to blue when they're active, but we also will see in the future when we want to change the icon color, which also changes the text color below. But let's switch back to the light scheme. We can see better some of the effects. For example, here we have these 3 options where we can switch between the different settings. And here we have the segmented control. But let's see how this home view looks and what are the different options in that. Since today, one of the things which is important, how we can create all these toggles. So each one of these toggles is represented by this toggle. This is the yellow feature, this one here, and it has a tint dot yellow. We can change this to any color we like. For example, I will say purple. So let's see how this looks with the purple color. Otherwise, if we want to have a specific color, a color we want to have from our interface, we have to put it in a special way. But today I won't be looking at this. So I want this to be green to try out how green looks. So I'll change the name, this to green feature and this to orange feature. So this is green and this is orange, and we can see this here. But something which is quite important, this is the actual standard way toggles work, to see a green color when it's active and gray color when it's not active. But what we can see that when we click on those two, actually they toggle in the same way. So it's very important that we have different variables here, which are defined at the top. So this is the body of the whole page. This is the actual code that represents a different element here. But these are the variables which have to be defined before the page is set up below. So the variables that are defined here are for the options of these. So first, second, and third. So this is option 1. First one is selected. For the selected value, for value 1, this is the dogs, which is right here. So dogs, cats, and birds. So these are 2 pickers which help us make a selection from different options, all the same way. But this picker here, which is on the top, is a picker style called SegmentedPickerStyle, and this picker here is a DefaultPickerStyle, which has these 3 options. So the code that actually can present these two is quite the same. So if I take this and put it here and just hide this one, we'll see that it will look absolutely the same way. It's just going to have the new 3 versions. And the same can be done for the top one. I'm not going to do it right now, but I just wanted to present the 2 different options, how we can show 2 different picker styles. One more thing here that is out of the ordinary, we have this group where I put all the toggles. So each one of the toggles can be put outside of the group. For example, I move this one here, copy and paste it. But now what we're going to see is it's going to have a different padding. So the padding for the whole page, which is right here, is quite different. And what I want to have, actually, this horizontal padding just for these toggles to be the same. So that's why I wanted to have a 20 padding. And something which I'm going to show right here, I put one more padding which is -5, because many designers make different toggles like that with different colors, but also padding which is not like best practices, and the distance between the different toggles, it's too little. If you have to really code in your designs and have it's too little, and actually with your finger you wouldn't be able to hit it. That's one of the reasons some of the options that you can have from SwiftUI are dialed in with some padding, built-in padding. And if you want to have some separation, which is less or more, you have to add your padding modifiers like this one, which is only horizontal for this one. What I'm going to add, which is not here, I'm going to just move this back into the group. I want to separate 2 spaces like so. I want to have a divider. Dividers are ways to give us horizontal lines. So there will be a horizontal line here. I want one more horizontal line right over here. There will be one divider here and one divider here. We can also have one more thing, which will be a section. So I added this section, which is just a small text here, and I can also change the font. It will be sub headline. I don't want it to be this big. I want it to be smaller. Okay, so this is the font with the sub headline. And I can just try once more to have it as a headline. It will be just a bit bigger. So one more thing that I'm going to show off here. So these 2 toggles change together. So we need to have one more private variable, th_on. It's going to be this one, so it is true by default. We'll see all the toggles will be switched. But now when I click on each one is separate, but we have to state what is the toggle name and what is the toggle value. So if this is false, by default, going to be gray. These are now the 3 toggles. They have 3 separate colors, and we have these 2 different types of pickers, which are set up with 3 different options. We can have a few more options here, but I will settle this for now. And this so far is what I'm going to show with the home screen here. I'm going back to our content view, how the tab views are created. You can have as many tab views as you like. For example, here I can copy it like so. We'll have one more tab, which is going to be right here. I'm going to copy once again, so there will be separated in 5 ways, but at some point it gets too crowded. So this is how it's going to look if we have 5 different options. I can change the icons here. I can put this to be a camera. And this, no, I want this to be camera fill. And this will be called camera. I want to delete this one. So this will be the images, text, and once again, it will be photo.fill. So these two are going to be exactly the same. Load the same text demo view. This describes what we see as an icon, as a text below the icon. And this describes what is going to open in this tab when it is clicked. So when it is active, it's going to open this text demo view. The second tab is the same from the second tutorial. And on the third tab, it's the first tutorial with the text. This is Nick from Coding Blues. Please subscribe, leave a comment, and like the video.